Barry Melrose, nice enough to join us now, try to make sense of what's gone on in the first 3 games. Barry, it's Michael and Don. How are you today?
Great. How are you guys doing?
Well, we're doing great. Is there any scenario that you can come up with, Barry, where the Rangers could win this series now?
Not the series. Obviously, it's happened before. In 1942, the Maple Leafs came back from 3 games down in the Stanley Cup Final, but it hasn't happened in the final since then. The Kings just look too dominant. I think the Rangers are going to win a game, but I don't think they're going to win the series. It just doesn't happen. Just like it's going to be hard for the LA Kings to beat the Rangers 4 times, it'd be almost impossible for the Rangers to beat the LA Kings 4 times in a row. So I just think with Quick and Net the way he's playing, with all the talent that the LA Kings have, I'm afraid it's doomsday scenario for the New York Rangers.
All right, so a little bit out of Dominic Moore. He replaced Richards on that line. Do you see any other changes coming? Do you shake things up if you're Alain Vigneault now that you're facing elimination?
Well, you put Carcillo in, but if you're gonna, you got to win with the guys you got. You got to win with Rick Nash. You got to win with Marty St. Louis. You got to win with Zuccarello. You got to win with the Brassard line. You got to win with Hagelin. You got to win with the defense led by McDonough. There's no cavalry coming. There's not the Knights coming over the hill. We laughed today. The guy they need to bring in the lineup is Mark Messier with the "We will win tonight" guarantee. But there's much you can do. You can't change your system. You can't change your personnel. Somehow you got to get that personnel to win a game, and that's what they're trying to do: win one game.
Now, I watched you and Levy yesterday on SportsCenter, and you said that everything that could go wrong, all the bouncers have gone against Henrik Lundqvist. But that being said, Barry, doesn't he get some of the blame here? I mean, he has let in goals. If the Rangers are going to win the series, he had to stand on his head, and he's come close to standing on his head.
No, Quick's been a better goaltender. Coming in this series, I think Lundqvist has played better than Quick. But in the 3 games, Quick's been a better goaltender. And, last night Quick makes 2 unbelievable saves, 2 game-saving saves when the game's on the line. Henrik hasn't done that. Henrik hasn't made that save that he made against Montreal, that puck in the air, and he catches it with his blocker as he's doing a somersault. He hasn't done that. Exactly right. We talked about Henrik Lundqvist having to win the Conn Smythe if the Rangers had any chance of winning the Cup, and that certainly hasn't been the case. So without a doubt, there's not many guys on the Rangers that you can say have played their best hockey, and that's what you got to do if you're going to win a Stanley Cup. You got to get better every round, and that hasn't been the case for the Rangers.
Now, one of the de facto captains of this team has been Brad Richards, and he's gotten a lot of credit for being a leader. He's won a cup there before. He may not wear the C, but he's looked upon as the captain. But can you lead when you're struggling? Can you lead when you're not playing at your best hockey? Can you lead when you're being benched in the 3rd period and you're having your numbers reduced? Can you still do that?
Well, you got Nash playing 11 seconds. Can you win with Rick Nash playing 11 seconds of power play time? Can you win with Rick Nash not scoring? Can you win with St. Louis not scoring? Can you win with the Brassard line? I didn't hear Pouliot's name last night. It's crazy what's going on. Girardi making bad mistakes. Girardi, giving up the puck in the first game, things like that. It's just been a case of the stars for the LA Kings have got the job done. Game 1, Justin Williams was great. Game 2, another guy takes his place. 11 goals, 11 different goal scorers for the LA Kings. That's what team is all about. And right now, I don't think there's any doubt in the world that the LA Kings are a much better team than the New York Rangers.
I was going to ask you that, Barry. That was going to be my next question. Sometimes we analyze and overanalyze. We have 4 hours. You've got to fill time on SportsCenter. Could it come down to something as simple as this? The Kings are better than the Rangers.
Yeah, and the Kings are better than the Rangers, the West better than the East. I think that's what the people in the East got to realize. Maybe the Stanley Cup Final was the LA Kings against the Chicago Blackhawks. They're bigger, they're deeper, faster. The Rangers have 3 or 4 guys that can scoot, but overall the LA Kings are a quicker team. And you can say that LA's getting all the breaks, but I go back to the saying I use all the time: the harder I work, the luckier I got. Right. And maybe that's a little bit of the case with the LA Kings. Last night on the road, came in and played a great game, a very smart game. They bent a couple times, didn't break. made a couple saves when they needed it, and bang, they ended up getting a 3-0 shutout. So the Kings are awesome. There's no weaknesses. They're big. You can't push them around. They're fast. You can't outskate them. Special teams last night, 1 for 4 in the power play. Rangers 0 for 6 in their power play. When you're having trouble scoring, your power play's got to put the puck in the net. And really, last night the Rangers' power play hurt them, not helped them.
Now, I agree with you, the Kings are better, but yet the Rangers have had 4 2-goal leads in the first 2 games of this series. So was it actually the Kings not playing at their best, or is there something there that the Rangers might be able to exploit, maybe too little too late, but at least force a Game 5 with it?
Well, yeah, of course there is. But I still think if there's going to be a Game 5, Henrik Lundqvist basically has to get a shutout. I don't think that all of a sudden this Ranger team is going to offensive spark and start looking like that team that played Montreal in the last game of that series. I think it's up to the best player in the team, Henrik Lundqvist, to get these guys believing they have a chance. And just like Quick last night, I think it's got to be a shutout type performance. It's one of those Henrik performances when you see him, you just think, "Grant, he's not going to get scored on tonight." I think that's the only way the Rangers win Game 4.
Barry, thanks a lot. We appreciate it.
Anytime, guys. Take care.